Wow, stories.
Am I the idiot for blocking my mom and her creepy boyfriend after he wore my bikini bottoms? Am I the idiot for blocking my mom and her creepy boyfriend after he wore my bikini bottoms and sent me a hurtful message? Last night, I, a 26-year-old female, was staying at my boyfriend's, a 28-year-old male, house when I was messaging my mom, a 61-year-old female. Out of the blue, she said that she and Brock, a 63-year-old male, my mom's boyfriend, did something funny, but that I was going to be mad. I asked what she did, and she sent me 3 photos of Brock in one of my bikinis that I had worn the day before. I had left the bikini on the back porch to dry, so I know it was used. I told my mom I was upset and that they shouldn't have done that. I got upset with my mom because, 1, I just find that really inappropriate and disgusting. If it had been just the bikini top, I don't think I would mind, but him wearing my used bikini bottoms seems really gross. 2, this person is not my stepdad. He has been dating my mom for maybe 5 years. He has made intimacy jokes toward me before, which I have always complained about to my mom, but she brushes it off. 3, she told me she knew I wouldn't want to wear the bikini after this and said she was prepared to buy me a new one. But I love that suit, and I won't be able to buy the same one again as it's years old. I know it's just swimwear, but still. Now I have to throw away something I love because of their joke, and I didn't get a choice in the matter. Another thing is that generally, I have an issue with people using and taking my things that stems from some control issues. 4, I think it's so weird to send basically naked photos of Brock to me, where I can see everything in my bottoms. I told my mother I was upset, uncomfortable, and frustrated, and explained everything above. She got defensive and said I was overreacting, that it was just a joke, and to let it go. But Brock then messaged me and said, "It's a bathing suit. This is why you have no friends. You can't laugh at stuff. Grow up." To me, this really crossed the line. He said this on purpose to hurt me. I forwarded his message to my mom, who then told me, "Enough. Stop messaging me." I told her they were acting like high school bullies and they had no right to turn around and get mad at me for being upset. She told me to stay at my boyfriend's house for a while and not come home. This is the part that is really upsetting to me. I'm not a parent, but I don't think I would ever tell my child that they are not welcome in their home over being upset about a situation like this. So now I am imposing on my boyfriend and staying at his place. My boyfriend is an angel and totally understands where I'm coming from, and is also upset at how my mother is acting. To add, I blocked both my mom and her boyfriend for the time being. I am just so at a loss. I don't know what to do. I probably did overreact, but my boyfriend says it's understandable that I feel weird about the situation. I feel like I am allowed to get upset and express that I am upset. And I am upset that my mom's response is to get defensive and then tell me not to come home. Even if I were to apologize, I just can't wrap my head around apologizing to them for being upset about something they did. I am posting this to see if I am overreacting and if I need to apologize for being too sensitive, or if there is a way I can calmly explain to my mom how what she did, the bathing suit and telling me not to come home, was not okay to do as a parent. For some context, I have 2 siblings, and one is no contact while the other is low contact with her. She always puts the guys in her life above her kids, and I feel like I am at my breaking point. She's done this kind of thing before. For example, 1, I once asked her to spend my birthday with me. I just wanted to get Chinese and watch movies. She said no because she had a bocce ball tournament that day with him. I did something with friends instead and found out a few days later they didn't even go to the game because they were so hungover from the night before. So obviously it wasn't that important. Anyways, I am hoping for some perspective. Maybe I am overreacting and I need to apologize, and my perspective is too harsh and I do need to grow up. Or maybe someone can provide some insight into what to say to her and what to do going forward. I know either way I need to move out soon. It's just that money is tight and neither my partner nor I can afford it. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. What they did was really disgusting. Your mother sickens me. She's helping her boyfriend sexually harass you in a very intimate way because he's wearing swimwear that is yours and has been recently worn by you. You do not owe her an apology. She has a history of prioritizing herself, so even if you try to address this with her, you need to be prepared for her to act like a child and ignore it all and try to turn it around to make herself the victim. She's 10 years older than me, and she's so immature and inappropriate that I feel embarrassment reading this. I also feel rage because I would never tell my children not to come home, nor would I prioritize my partner over my children, and he's their father. He would do the same, as it should be. Lindsay C. Gibson, PsyD, has 2 books on the topic of emotionally immature parents. I highly recommend them. I found them extremely helpful in dealing with my immature parents who are in their 70s. I ended up going no contact because their antics and abuse were really egregious, and they couldn't take any criticism on board and change. As for the swimwear, you can soak it in white vinegar. It's safe for swimwear, it removes stains and odors, and will sterilize it. I totally understand if you'd rather throw it away. Comment 2. Their behavior is so gross. I think it's clear they're unwilling to grow up, and that waiting on them to change and acknowledge their wrongdoing is not a good idea. I would focus on other people in your life instead of giving them any more energy. Now, for the update. 2 weeks have passed since the whole Brock Bikini thing. Everything is just fine. I'm still at my boyfriend's apartment, which is starting to feel like my temporary hideout. My mom has texted a few times asking if I'm okay and suggesting we talk. I ignored all those messages because honestly, keeping my distance is the best move for now. One day, I got this random package at my boyfriend's place. Not expecting anything, I'm like, what now? Inside the package were my bikini bottoms and a note from my mom. The note said, "You overreacted. This is ridiculous." Like, wow, thanks for that, Mom. My boyfriend, being the supportive guy he is, suggested we spend a weekend at his family's lake house to chill and relax. Great idea, right? While we were there, we ran into one of his parents' friends who knows Brock. Of course, she casually mentions that Brock is hosting a barbecue the following weekend. Great, just what I needed to hear. My boyfriend's face immediately changed when Brock was mentioned. He started recalling comments Brock made about me in the past, and let's just say, it wasn't exactly nice. Brock can be a real jerk, and even my boyfriend can't stand him. Later on, I got this group invite from my mom about the barbecue. She wrote that it would be a chance for everyone to clear the air. Clear the air? Really? My boyfriend was super against me going, reminding me just how uncomfortable I felt around Brock. But you know me, always wanting to face the situation. So the day of the barbecue arrives, and I decide to go anyway. When I got there, I noticed that Brock was already making his usual inappropriate comments to the guests. My mom greeted me with a hug, looking way too cheerful and trying to act like there was no tension. Then there was Brock, smirking at me and making a comment about my comedic bikini incident. I lost it. I told him to back off and that his jokes weren't funny. The mood shifted and everyone fell silent, staring at the scene. Of course, my mom had to jump in, defending Brock and insisting he was just trying to lighten things up. My younger sister, who was also there, tried to change the subject, sensing how bad this was getting, but it just got worse. Brock called me sensitive, and my mom told me to leave if I couldn't handle it. I grabbed my stuff and said I was done with the barbecue and the whole situation. My mom yelled after me, calling me ungrateful and saying I was ruining family events. I mean, seriously? My boyfriend was waiting in the car, looking relieved that I left early. We drove off, and I felt this sense of closure wash over me. I finally realized I'm done with all this drama. Later, my mom sent me this angry message, accusing me of cutting ties and abandoning the family. Like, excuse me, but I didn't sign up for this nonsense. Then I got another message saying that Brock would always be part of the family. My boyfriend saw how serious things had become and suggested we look for a new apartment together. I'm seriously thinking about it. Mini update. After the barbecue, my mom sent more messages, including an invitation to a family wedding without Brock. I was surprised but also relieved. My boyfriend and I have been apartment hunting, and it's going well. We're excited about this new chapter and grateful for the positive changes in our lives.